Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is Thursday morning. It is viral Q&A question content. I can't talk. Oh, my stars. It is Thursday. I said that. And for some reason, I think it's Friday in my head. I don't know why. Pop in. Thanks for popping in. When you pop in, would you do me a favor and say hi? Comment so I know you're here. I know quite a few people said they were going to be here, and I don't typically like to do this long roll kind of stuff, but my goal is to get a lot of people and a lot of questions today. Because this is Q&A Thursday. I don't know. I typically do Q&As on Thursday, though, don't I? I am running a tad slow, so what I was going to do is, I know there's a Facebook question that I wanted to answer that came in today. So I'm wanting to get to that question. Excuse me. Why is my throat going to do this today? And there was also one yesterday that Brent asked. Brent, if you're here, I laughed about it on my live feed yesterday. So I'm going to go to Facebook group Up Viral because I want to try to get that question prepared if I can find it really fast. So, somebody's here. I see a count of one. So let's dive in. The whole point is to do question and answer. And so I'm going to answer Monica's question that came in first. And let's see if I can get to... I swear it was Brent. There it is. Well, let's go to Brent's question first. Brent, if you tune in later, let me know. Brent's question was, I think at some point I read an article where there's basically saying that if a contestant got so many points for sharing a giveaway, they increase their chances of winning by X%. Hey, Julian, thank you for commenting, because you know that helps my videos get seen by more people. Does anybody know which article I'm referring to? So the short answer, I believe, is that it totally depends on the number of people that enter. And if I jump in, good morning, Joanne. Jamaica, Jillian's from Jamaica. I want to get down to Jamaica someday. I want to go traveling someday. Let's go traveling, honey. I'm talking about my wife in the other room. Because I'm tired of cold winter in St. Louis, Missouri. All right, Brent's question. It's a math question, I think, realistically. I mean, if there's 1,000 entries, and I don't mean leads, I mean entries. Because let's suppose that everybody gets 1 point, 1 entry when they sign up for a contest, right? And let's suppose that you give them 100 points every time somebody signs up through their referral link. Well, that obviously increases their chances to win a whole lot, right? Excuse me, that would be, I don't know, what is that, 10,000%? So, does it depend upon, I'm trying to figure out this math in my head, live on Facebook. I mean, I guess, relatively speaking, it depends upon the number of points. I mean, there could be 50,000 entries, right? But if you get an extra 100 chances to win for every person that comes in, then that's increasing your specific odds by 10,000%, or whatever that number is, if you only have one, right? But let's suppose you have now 101, and then you get another referral. Well, that's another 100 points, but that's only really doubling, isn't it? If you go from 101 to 100 to 200, that's only a double. That's only 100%. So it depends upon a lot of math. So Brent's question of increasing their chances of winning by X% all depends upon the numbers that they have, the number of points entries they earn, blah, blah, blah. Oh man, there's something in my chest. Sorry. All right, so we have a question in our live Q&A question day. Thank you, Julian. So, hey, why don't I use my fancy tools and add to broadcast? So Julian, who is the one from Jamaica, I just started my gosh, sorry. Apologize. I just started my contest and I have 110 visitors and 10 leads. So that's math, jumping into math again, right? That's basically a 10% conversion rate, right? Is that bad? It's been 3 days. So many things go into that, Julian, that it is impossible to say whether that's good or bad. Now, if you have run multiple contests, then you can obviously compare from one campaign to another. I've done probably, I think, 40 some odd campaigns in the photography video gear business that I have run over the years. A variety of different vendors, a variety of different products, and my average conversion rate is about 30%. So of every 100 people that come in, I get about 30 people registering for the contest. So I'm not saying that mine's better than yours. I'm just giving you a point of reference. Not everybody gets the same conversion rate. My good friend Bradley will tell you that you're not supposed to look at somebody else's conversion rate. It totally depends on what you're doing, what your product is, what your offer is. My suspicion is that those numbers are low because what it says to me is that if you're getting approximately 10% conversion, is that either the people that are coming in aren't warm people that understand what your offer is, or the offer doesn't float their boat. Or a combination of both, right? Primarily, I would suspect that it's the offer. The thing that you are offering is not exciting enough to get them to sign up. That's my suspicion. And I don't know what your offer is. Some markets are difficult. Some markets are easy. I mean, one of Wilco's examples was a cryptocurrency thing, and their conversion rates were through the roof because everybody wanted free cryptocurrency, right? It's easy to get people to sign up for something that's hot and potentially that's going to make you a millionaire, right? So that's that's an easy conversion. Hi, Brent. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, I know. I saw that pop up on my screen as well. And what I'm talking about is Wilco, the owner of UpViral, just went live. So we have competing broadcasts. Oh, anyway. So we've started off the day with math questions. Hey, Julian, are you able to tell us what your campaign is, what your offer is? And if I can throw in a plug, is it all right if I throw in a plug? Are you guys okay with me throwing in a plug for something? Somebody say yes or somebody say no. You don't want to hear my plug. Promotion. You know, you're supposed to, the marketing people tell you that it's really good if you ask for permission. Is it all right? Is it all right if I do something? And you might think it's a little too late, Julian, but maybe it would help you in your next one. Okay, I'm going to assume you're going to say yes. All right. Is that bad to assume? Oh, see, now if somebody says no, then I'm not going to know whether they meant yes to that or no to that. So here's what Julian said. It's my first contest, so I think I'm assuming what you're saying is that it's your first contest, and so you were expecting it not to be so great potentially. Or maybe the marketing has told you that viral giveaways are going to go viral and they're going to go crazy and you get tens of thousands of leads, which is not necessarily the right kind of marketing. But he's got to sell the software, right? All of the vendors make it sound like every campaign that you post is going to go crazy, go viral, and it just doesn't happen that way. The cryptocurrency one did, but that's not the luck that most of us have. So my offer, nobody said yes or no one way or the other, at least that I can see in my comments. The offer, the people struggle with their first campaign. I liken getting started with whether it's UpViral or Viper or any of the tools. Hey JR, thanks for popping in. Or is it Junior? Should I be saying Junior or JR? I don't think I ever asked you that question. If you go back to running a Facebook ad, and I suspect that many of you have done this, I suspect that your very first Facebook ad, Facebook pops up and says, "Hey, turn this turn this Facebook post into a promoted post." Right? There's a boost post button that pops up. And you click on it and you go, "Okay, I want to do that. I'm willing to give you a few bucks to try this out." And you go through and you put it together and you don't get a whole lot of response, I suspect. And you probably don't get the kind of conversion dollars, the click pay, dollars per click, whatever the right word is. My brain's not working today either. It doesn't matter. So JR is what first popped into my head. Long time ago. I've talked to JR a couple of times, but I've never asked him that question. So in terms of learning Facebook ads, your first one probably didn't work so well, and the second one probably was a little better, and maybe the third one was better, maybe it was worse, right? We have the same problem with setting up contests. We don't know what we're doing. We've seen the promotion. We've seen the videos that the marketers do and say, "Oh, this is going to be great. And you're going to get rich," and bingo. And you try it and you're like, "Oh, well, this didn't work so well." So what I've done to make this long story longer is I've put together a program that I'm calling Win Together. Now, Win is the acronym that I've put together for the training programs that I'm working on right now. And W stands for who, what, where, when, why, and probably how. The I stands for implementation, and the N stands for nurture. So the program is talking about the process of putting together a campaign and getting out there and eventually getting people to start buying your stuff, which is the whole goal, right? Cha-ching! We want the cash register to ring. And what I've done with this Win Together program is to say, look, people, we're having trouble getting started. So let's work together. What we're doing is between March 15th, I had to think about the calendar. It's March 15th, which was last Friday, and April 1st, we're learning how to build our first campaign. And we're going to set it up inside of UpViral. And then on April 1st, we're going to run them. So everybody, there's 14 people in the program. Excuse me, this is not going away. 14 people in the program. What we're going to do is all hopefully start on April 1st. And we're going to run for 2 or 3 weeks, whichever people pick. And we're going to promote each other's campaigns if possible. Now, I can understand that somebody, because Tony, for example, is in Australia, and he's doing a small local business thing. Well, the one that we talked about last night, if you're in the Win Together program, I did an hour-long conversation with Tony, and that's a special bonus that we added last night. But hopefully, so he's going to offer something that is for Australia only. Now, what I'm doing is I'm putting together a page. We're going to list all of the campaigns, and so people could pick from those. Or if you have somebody in a similar industry and you want to just send people from your list or your Facebook over to those campaigns. So we're going to try to build a little bit of excitement through working together, right? We're also going to be reviewing each other's campaigns, finding ways of making them better. And what we're doing is we're shortcutting the process. The learning process, Julian, that you're going through right now, you're over here in your little silo, your little business, and you're doing your thing, but you don't have anybody that can help you through that, which is what my job is. And so we're all working together, trying to get people to get themselves started, kick-started, and off and running, and shortcutting that whole learning process so that maybe we're doing 2 or 3 or 4 campaigns worth of stuff that you would have learned on your own, and I'm taking all the knowledge of the 70 plus campaigns that I've done and helping you get started and really pushing things through, hopefully to get you really jump started. So hopefully that helps, Julian. Where did I just lose myself? Where did I go? There I am. Oh, so your answer was, I'm just starting curated gift business, so I'm giving away one of the boxes. That's really cool. Without seeing the campaign, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing a lot of coming up in the future. I'm going to close the blind on my window over here so I don't look so horribly, that's better, so horribly bright on that side of my body. The sun comes up and the wall of the house next door just blasts in sunshine. Linda's here! Yay, Linda! So I think the curated box business, my daughter just is, she's in a curated box book business. She not a business, but she's in kind of this club where they offer monthly a very interesting book, and it comes in a box. It comes from Britain. She's really loving that. So I know there's certainly an audience for that, but the question is getting in front of the right people. And so, again, promoting my Win Together program, which I didn't really hopefully intend to do a lot of, but, you know, there are certain things that we could probably do to improve your campaign in this process. Now, you're already up and running, so I don't know how that fits in your time frame. But maybe it would help for the next time if you wanted to get in. So we'll talk about, if you want to talk about that, send me a private message and we'll have a little chat. And I'll tell you what the program involves, other than what I've said already. All right. So anybody got any questions besides Julian? Did I do? I mean, I can't really dive in without actually looking at the campaign and seeing what the gift box market is that you're in. And good. Thank you. Bless your heart. Julian says, I am not giving up. That's the kind of spirit I want to hear from you people. Jill's here. Hi, Jill. So this is good stuff. So if anybody has any questions about running contests, viral marketing, pop in. We've got quite a few people tuning in today, which I really, really appreciate. If you have anybody that you know of that is running a business that needs some help with their marketing and building up their email lists, send them this broadcast. Tell them what good things happen. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to jump to the second question that I had prepared. I could show this to you, but it's just easier for me to read it, I think. So Monica's question, she's one of the members in the Win Together program, and there I go saying it again. Question she has, Monica says, is it common that entrants complain about the unfairness or the way the competition is run? I seem to always get complaints about someone else cheating, someone having an unfair advantage, blah, blah, blah. Is there a process to avoid this? I can't throw that up on the screen, sorry. Because that's inside of... I guess I could have copied it and pasted it in the comments somewhere, somehow. Anyway, I think you get the idea. It's a very interesting question because I've had several people in the past ask something similar to this. And I find it fascinating, and I'm going to get... so that's back. So I keep looking at the questions that are popping in, right? So that kind of distracts me. Maybe I need to put on my blinders and not see that. In the vast majority of the contests that I have done myself, and maybe I've either been lucky or I'm just doing the right things, I've only had one real incident that I can remember where somebody wrote me, and he actually posted it somewhere on the internet, and, well, he said he did, but it was a very popular camera giveaway, and the gentleman said that he was not getting attention, he wasn't earning the right points that he needed to earn. The tool showed that he was cheating, so... it flags certain parameters when people do things that they're not supposed to be doing. But then he claimed that I was running a fraudulent campaign and that the prizes weren't going to be given away and blah, blah, blah. And I sent him to the link. I have a link of prior contests and all of the winners, right? All of the stuff that I think is really cool if you happen to have run multiple contests in the past to show off the winners, right? That gives you some authority. It shows that you are really doing what you say you're going to do. I'll never forget last Christmas, this past year, I found a contest where it said, win $250 from Santa, and there was a picture of Santa. There was no information about who was offering the prize, no information about what they were going to use your email address for. There were no terms and conditions. There was no information about when they were going to draw the prize, how many people were going to win, blah, blah, blah. There was just virtually nothing more than win $250 in cash and a picture of Santa. And I remember I posted it on my Facebook wall, and I said, how many of you would enter this contest? And I know Joanne's here. She is a big contester. She's from Canada. She enters a lot of contests. And I don't remember, but maybe 10 to 20% of the people that answered my questions said they would enter that campaign, which slayed me because there was none of this information. It just seemed to be a scam trying to get people's email address. But yet people were willing to give up their email because of the prize, the cash prize. So, hey, Bradley's here. Hey, Bradley, thanks for tuning in, bub. I quoted you earlier. I think I did. Didn't I say Bradley something? Anyway, so let me throw up a couple of things. And I still haven't answered the question. Oh, this was Joanne was asking, what is the basis of the box? So that's not the one I wanted. Joanne says there's always someone who accuses someone else of cheating. Well, see, that's the thing that drives me crazy. But I mean, maybe I don't see these comments. Maybe somebody comments outside of my visual references. People don't write to me, and they don't reply to the emails. And so, hey, Mitch, you guys are cheating, or Betty Lou's. Actually, I take that back. There was another instance where it was the third prize of the contest was a most points prize, which I know especially Joanne will go, oh, I hate most points. And well, most people do hate most points, but they do tend to work from the contester's perspective, from the vendor's perspective, because those people are working their asses off to, oops, there went my content rating. Most people are working their butts off, oh wait, the same thing, to get people to join the contest, right? So we like those people from the sponsor's perspective. But somebody wrote to me and said, well, I don't think that guy is legitimately earning all of those points. I'm number 2 and I'm working my tail off. I don't know how that guy has 10 times the number of points that I do. And I went and looked, and Bradley says, potty mouth. This guy was legitimately, it appeared to me, getting other people to register. He wasn't just creating his own stuff. Now, I guess Joanne mentions that there's always somebody claiming about cheating. The question comes, what is cheating, right? Do people register their mom and sister? Well, yeah, they probably do. If they're inappropriately registering people instead of those people registering themselves, they should be banned from the contest. But there are certainly places that they can post the campaign. I typically don't have any rules about, well, you can't post on Reddit or you can't post in this group or that group, because those groups can manage themselves. If they don't want posts to happen there that say, hey, help me win, or here's a contest, then maybe those places need to monitor themselves. So I don't have my simple answer to somebody like Monica who's asking this question from a contest creator perspective is that the best way to fight that is to be very clear on the contest page what's allowed, who's allowed, when the contest starts and ends, eligibility, the fact that you're going to end up on somebody's email list and who those people are, country of origin, all that kind of stuff in the terms and conditions. I typically put a summary of the rules at the bottom of the page, on the lead page, so that people can read what's allowed, what's not allowed. And if you build your authority, if you have, like one of the campaigns that I've been working for a client, we have a link that says, see the prior winners. Go see who's won this campaign. So you're building your authority. People are probably out there saying that I'm running a fraudulent campaign. Maybe they don't contact me is the difference. And so I don't know if that means that I just run a better campaign, or that because many of the campaigns I've done are in the photography gear market and people don't think there's a lot of cheating, although there is. I mean, I've seen there's a very big difference. Well, I have to be careful about my languaging here. When I've done worldwide campaigns that are open to every country except Canada, or Renya's here. Hi, Renya. Thanks for tuning in. There is cheating that happens in some countries more than others. And I think you guys can probably pick out the countries. I'm not going to name them. So when I run an international campaign, I typically see more fraud from certain countries. When I run a campaign that's, say, USA only, and I'm not saying that the USA has a bunch of angels and these people are perfect. We are far from it. But I typically see less cheating in an area or in the United States. And I really hate bringing that up, but there are areas where cheating happens. And I see it from a perspective of running multiple contests. Renya says, I'd like to know which countries. I'll tell you that later. I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but there are certain countries. Thanks for tuning in, Bradley. There are certain countries that just typically seem to have higher fraud rates than others. So anyway, So Joanne adds, yes, be very accurate in the rules. One entry per household or IP address, once daily or every 24 hours. Cannot buy votes, etc. Yes, I do think that specifying that stuff, not only in your terms and conditions, but like I said, typically on the bottom of the lead, what I call the front page where they put in their name and address, I specify those kind of things because I want it to be very clear that we're going to work our butts off to make sure that people aren't cheating. Now, people can then turn around and make claims in groups and complaints and stuff. And I can go in and look to see if those particular individuals have done something inappropriate and ban them or whatever. But I'm typically not seeing the kind of complaint that Monica asked about. Holly's here. Hi, Holly. Holly says, "Ack, I almost forgot this was happening today." Well, if you were on, Holly, my updates for Facebook, and I'll post the link for that later, I sent Facebook Messenger alerts 30 minutes before the event happened. Renya, are we safe in North America? That's a wide open question. I assume you're talking about contests. I'm thinking about other political issues. I know Renya is running a campaign right now. She is in the Win Together program. Thank you very much. And she's already launched her campaign because she and I had been working already before this. And she is restricting it to North America. And no, you're doing worldwide. So are we safe in North America? We're never safe anywhere, if you really want to get down to it. So I appreciate the comments coming in. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are here, if you have any questions, it is question and answer day. So I'm looking for questions. I don't see any other than Renya said, I'd like to know which countries. And I'm not going to, I don't know, maybe does it really matter? I mean, I'm not disparaging these countries. Scratching my head. I mean, typically I see more fraud in the Philippines, in Malaysia, a little bit in Russia, and I typically don't even see people entering in China, but there have been a couple of cases where people in China have been. So, I mean, those are primarily the four that I've seen that have been really difficult. So what did you mean by this, are we safe in America, North America, Renya? What does that mean? So anybody got any other questions? I'm going to make a couple of points, I think. UK. Is the UK... I haven't seen a whole lot of trouble in the UK. All right, so for those of you who haven't seen it, last week Facebook died for quite a bit of a day, right? But I also saw some statistics, and I don't have it sitting in front of me. All right, Joanne asked a question. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'll skip to this question. What do sponsors do with our information? I don't know that I have a 100% answer for you on that. The people that I have worked with simply use the information that you provide to send you additional offers. Bobby's here. Hi, Bobby. I have been frustrated with some of the people that I have done contests for because I end up on their email list because I sign up for the contest as a test, and then I typically leave my email address there so that I see what they send out. And typically, most of them don't do the N part of win. So that, the win, the N was nurture. And I don't know which finger it is. Most of them simply send out sales materials. Buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. I don't like that. I like the nurture part where you work with your clients, the people that sign up for your contest. Why don't you send them information about why they should have your product, what it does for them, what problem it solves for them? I'll pick on Renya, for example. She's giving away her truth, what her brand is, truth belts. She's giving out belts, so she's selling belts. She should send out information about fashion, clothing, why she makes the belts. They're vegan belts. What benefit does that have for somebody? They're stretchy, they hold your pants up, blah, blah, blah. Provide information about things. People signed up because they're probably interested in what you're doing. Build a relationship with them. Yesterday's email that I sent out, there's a statement that says the money is in the list. And what really is, what I've heard other people say, is it's the money is in the relationship with your list, right? So the marketing people say that an email should be worth $1 per month per email address. If you nurture your email, you can make more than $1 per email address per month. I've seen a good friend of mine, Tobin Slavin, is getting between $1 and $3 per person per month with properly done email lists. I've got all kind of different ways I could go with that, but if the email is properly nurtured, there's money in that list. I think there's money in the relationship with the list, and that's the nurture part. So Joanne says, when I enter certain contests, I notice an increase of 20% in spam, porn, etc. Well, not every person that is running contests is above board. There are times where somebody will run a contest to get your email address, and they will turn around and sell your email address to somebody that's got an email list service. And when they sell that, then you're going to start getting spam because and it's spam to you, right? You consider it spam because it's not something you signed up for. Right? It's not in the area of interest that you specifically wanted to get emails about, to learn about, to be nurtured. and that's the problem. And most people, I mean, you can't guarantee that you're not going to get sold, right? Which is why some people who enter contests do either a separate email account, or like with Gmail, you can put if you have your name as Joanne@gmail.com, you can do Joanne with the plus symbol and put some other text, right? So if you were entering a giveaway rocket thing, you could do Joanne plus giveaway rocket@gmail.com. And that will specifically identify emails that come from this campaign, and you could put them in a folder, right? You could filter them in Gmail. If that suddenly starts going, you start getting emails that are dealing with porn or whatever, then you know that email address has been sold. As a sponsor, as a person who runs contests, I would never, ever, ever sell that email address. Now, there are people, and I have done this on Planet 5D when I'm running contests on Planet 5D, where I will rent the list. A rent is a different kind of a topic, where, let's say, a sponsor pays me to send a dedicated email to those people that are on my list. The vendor does not get those emails, right? They don't get all of those names that I sent it to, but they pay me to send a sponsored advertisement, basically, to the list. That's called renting the list. That's very different than selling your email address in bulk to somebody that's going to send you a bunch of junk. Yes, don't spam me sales or 5%. See, Joanna, all right, so let me read this whole thing. Don't spam me sales or 5% off discount offers. Make it interesting. Now, see, I think I'm going to yell at you about this because I think you are using the word spam differently than I would like you to use it. Now I'm really dark. And I understand people use the word spam for all kinds of things. What you're saying is don't send me just boring, I was going to say a cuss word, boring 5% off, because that's just not freaking interesting, right? Make it be 20% or something. Make it be a more interesting offer. Now, if that offer comes to you at a 5% discount, and it's from somebody you're interested in, then I don't consider that spam. Spam is technically something that you did not ask for. Yeah, and I know you're saying you didn't ask for 5% off. You want more. So I get that. But the very specific definition of spam is, okay. Yes, and don't send me 3 emails a day, right? I mean, that's somebody who's overdoing it. That is somebody who doesn't know how to nurture their list. And my nose is itching again. Nurturing your list means treating people with respect. I would agree with you that a 5% offer is not interesting, and I would probably unsubscribe because I want it to be interesting. I mean, people talk to me all the time that are setting up campaigns, and they want to issue a reward. If somebody gets 3 people to sign up, to the contest, then I'm going to give them 5 or 10% off. And I'm like, no. I mean, no offense, but that just does not get me excited. I'm with you, Joanne. Don't send me a boring, cheap-ass offer. I said it again. Send me something that's appealing. Send me something that I would be interested in. Send me 10, 20, 30%. Even 10% sometimes doesn't float my boat, but it depends upon the offer, right? I mean, if I get 10% off of an Apple product, I might be really interested because I know Apple hardly ever does any sales. They have done a couple, barely, anyway. So getting 10% off of an Apple product is a big deal. Anyway, we don't need to go down there. So, yes, Joanne says, we use spam differently. A lot of people use the word spam kind of outside the boundaries of the original definition. I mean, we're getting into the kind of thing like, well, Kleenex, or, Kleenex now means tissues instead of tissues meaning tissues. It's being used for a lot more things than what the original definition was. Absolutely true. And I didn't really mean to slap you about it, but I wanted to make a point that technically, if you get an offer for 5% off, that might not be appealing to you, but that's not by true definition spam. So, Joanne says, I entered a contest and the sponsor sent me an email for specific items at 40% off. Click. I bought a new bed set yesterday. See? This is the kind of feedback, thank you, Joanne, that I pass along to people who are running contests, because what's the whole point of running a contest? Okay? I'll ring it multiple times. The whole point of running a contest is to make sales. You want your bottom line, your ROI, down the road. You want people to end up buying from you. If you send them 3 emails a day with a 5% discount, they're going to unsubscribe, and probably they'll. And this is one of the other things, Joanne, that people will hit the report as spam button simply to do an unsubscribe. So this is where kind of from the email sender's perspective, I get frustrated because people click that spam button when all they want to do is make it go away, right? Instead of doing the unsubscribe because they don't believe that the person's really going to unsubscribe them, because there's that whole problem. I mean, I've had that happen to me before, where I click the unsubscribe and I still am on somebody's list, and I click unsubscribe a few days later and I'm still on their list. So people get frustrated with that. So sometimes people report things as spam, which has bigger impact. What people don't realize is that for somebody who is sending out emails, that mark as spam puts a ding on me, and everybody that gets my, or potentially could receive my emails, my ranking goes down a little bit the more people click that mark as spam thing, even though it's not really spam, even though they signed up for it and they're just wanting to get off the list. I get a ding as somebody who's providing that service, and therefore less people see my emails. So what it does is it hurts legitimate people that want to see what I'm writing and offering, because my email delivery rates go down a notch because people click that mark as spam thing. And I get aggravated with that from the perspective of a vendor sending out emails. So for those of you who are still sticking with us, thank you for tuning in. We are 45 minutes into Q&A Thursday. Always love your feedback, Joanne, even if you call it spam. Be smart. Offer me older stock at a good discount. Set the hook. Yes, Joanne gets it. Once I buy, one will be a customer and open all your emails. Exactly. And that's the thing that I tell people running contests, like especially, and I know, Joanne, you're not familiar with all the words that I use, but inside of UpViral, there's a way to set up a reward so that if somebody's, let's say, Joanne, you sign up to a contest that I'm running, and I say, if you get 5 other people to sign up to the contest, legitimate people, not your mom and your aunt, or not people that you sign up, right? People that are legit, that they come in and sign up themselves, I'll give you this coupon code. And often when I'm talking to potential clients, they'll say, well, okay, I'll give 5% off if they get 5 people to sign up. And I'm like, no! Do you want these people to buy from you or not? And they say, yeah. I said, so why are you offering piddly 5% or 10%? I know you've got a bigger profit margin in there than that. Come on, make it interesting. Just like you just said, Joanne, set the hook. You want people to be a customer. So even if you offer them 30% off, and maybe that's your profit margin on something, and you're not going to make any money, you've gotten more people to sign up to your contest, so now you have more people on your email list. So Joanne gets her 30% off, and it doesn't earn you anything, but you've gained 5 new people on your email list, and you've got a customer like Joanne who's now going to possibly buy more and more stuff from you down the road. I'll give you this other statistic that I've said multiple times. AppSumo, and I just remembered that I need to send this link to somebody because I told them I would do it yesterday. AppSumo did a study. People who entered their contests as compared to people who came to them to their store through traditional marketing. So consider that, the standard. Those people that come through traditional marketing. The people who came through giveaways or contests bought 55%. Let me ring the bell on that. 55%. Those people who came through contests bought 55% more stuff from them than traditional marketing people. Now let that sink in. If you had clients and every client spent 55% more money with you, wouldn't that make you excited? Well, heck yes, it would. The only difference was that they came through a contest. Joanne talks constantly about how loyal she is with this comment. Once I buy one time, I will be a customer and open all your emails. That is the gold right there. That freaking statement right there by Joanne, and I did not pay you. Did I pay you to say that? No, I didn't pay you to say that, but that's the gold right there. I point at it. Once I buy, I will be customer and open all your emails. That's the gold. So freaking get these people excited. That's why I love contests. Contests are exciting. People love to enter contests. They want the chance to win something. And Joanne has told me multiple times, it builds just a little bit of loyalty. Sometimes it could be a lot of loyalty. Sometimes it could just be a little bit. But the fact that you, as a supplier, a vendor, have offered her and everybody else the chance to win something, that just brings your trust level up just a little bit. People think about you next time they go to buy that particular type of thing. You may have 5, 10, 15 people in your niche that you're competing against, but if you're doing a giveaway, you're building up just that much more loyalty towards you. Even if those people don't end up winning, Joanne will tell you over and over, I still feel more loyal to the people that offered me the chance to win something versus the people that didn't. Right? So, I get excited about this stuff because this just really floats my boat. This is golden stuff, and I guarantee you that I'm going to grab this quote and I'm going to show it to somebody somewhere sometime, because Joanne is somebody who enters contests all the time, and I think you consider yourself a professional contester. This is the kind of stuff. We've talked about this before. If you've ever tuned into some of my stuff, there are people that are contesters or sweepers, as some people call them, and they get a bad reputation from the client perspective. Some people on the internet say anybody who is a sweeper is a bad lead because all they want is something for free. Joanne is the exact opposite. She does this all the time. She's a professional at it. She knows how to enter contests. She knows how to win them. And she is telling you, once I buy, I'm a customer and I open all your emails. I mean, what more do you need to see? Sure, there are some people who will not read your emails. They will unsubscribe. In fact, you want them to unsubscribe. But if you use that, if I tell people all the time, use people like Joanne. If you don't think that Joanne is I'm getting closer to the screen because I'm getting excited about sorry. If you get sweepers on your list, guess what? You want to use them, even if they only want to win and they're never ever freaking going to buy anything from you. If they're the quote, maybe I give them a label of a bad sweeper. There's got to be a better label than that. Or a freebie only sweeper. They're not going to buy from you anyway. But you're going to get those people no matter what. You're always going to find people, no matter what your traffic source is, that are people that are only interested in winning, and then they're going to go away. You want those people off your list. But while they're on your list, use them. Because guess what? They're going to tell their friends. Now, there are people that are going to say, well, they're only going to tell their other free sweeper, not going to do anything friends. But if they share socially, like with UpViral, if they post on their Facebook feed that there's this contest, they are, in a sense, giving their tacit recommendation that says, hey, this is a cool product, you should try to enter this and win it. Of all those people on Betty Lou's timeline, Some of them may be free sweepers, but we don't know that. There are going to be people on her timeline that don't have any clue what a free sweeper is, and they may go, hey, I want Renya's Truth Belt. That looks really cool. I want one of those, and I'm going to enter. So what you're doing is you're using the free sweepers to spread the word. You're trying to incentivize them to get them to share and spread the word. They're doing free marketing for you. After the contest is over, encourage them to get the hell out of your list. Go away. If you're not going to buy, go away. I mean, send them an email. It says, hey, thanks for joining in the contest. If you were only here to try to win and you didn't win, thanks. Unsubscribe. It's okay. I'm okay with you unsubscribing. Hit and run sweepers, Joanne calls them. Thank you. And that's, those are fine. But use them while you're running your contest. Get them to share your message, because that's what you're after. I constantly have a discussion with somebody who is struggling with his list. I don't know that he's on, because I can't ever just see your regular list, and if you're watching on the replay, you know who you are. He's struggling to get people, and he says it's all sweepers that have joined his list. Like, well, if they're not buying, then you've gotten the... I'll go back to what Joanne has told me multiple times. What have you told me, Joanne? She's going, I've told you so many different things. I don't know which one you're talking about. Joanne will tell you that if the product is not something that she wants to win, or that she knows her mother, sister, brother, child, whatever, are interested in potentially having if she does win it, she won't waste her time to enter that contest. Is that right, Joanne? Tell everybody I'm right. I think that's true for the vast majority of people. Most people are not, except for those people that I've talked about before that like to cheat, and they will turn around. If they were to win, they're going to turn around and sell your product on the open market. And frankly, you don't care whether they do that or not, right? Obviously, you want them, because you put it in your terms and conditions, they have to provide you with the picture standing next to, the product when it gets delivered, right? They've agreed to do that. Of course, you can't ever go after them, whatever. Anyway, oh, I knew I saw something about the picture. Joanne said, I share a picture and send a thank you on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See? I mean, Joanne's a smart sweeper. She knows, contester, because you're in Canada. She knows that she wants to help the vendor because she got something for free. She's very nice about what she does. The other thing that she said that I didn't post, let me put this on here. I am loyal to 40% of all contests I enter. I buy lots off of these sponsors. What more do you people need? Now, maybe Joanne's the exception. I don't think so. I've talked to several other contestants, and they all pretty much say the same thing. They're not going to waste their time entering a contest that they're not interested in. The vast majority of people don't want to go through the trouble of turning around and selling crap on eBay or whatever to try to turn it into cash, because it just takes time, and yes, maybe it's money that they wouldn't have had before, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are more of those people out there. I don't know what percentage there are of the hit and run sweepers, as Joanne calls them. But my point is always to reach out and use those people when you can to share the message. That's the whole point of doing this viral kind of contest, is to get those people, all the people that enter your contest, sharing your message out there to the world, so that gives you free publicity, free reach. You're expanding the reach of your product by using other people's social media. Do you people get that I love this stuff? And I'm not somebody can shoot me down. There are things that I am learning along the way. I've learned lots of stuff. I've learned a lot more than most of you. And I don't mind saying that, because I've spent a huge amount of time learning how contests work and how to make them better. And that's why people are joining with me and following me, is because I can save you time and effort on running your campaigns and make better campaigns, which brings you better lists, which brings you what? More money, right? That's the bottom line. Joanne says, heck, I love Hellman's Mayo so much. I don't, actually. But I post all the time each time I use the product, so much that they asked me if they could use a tweet in a commercial on TV and sent me a check for $2,500. Woohoo! Congratulations, Joanne. Nice. See? I say to people all the time, be vocal. Talk about the products that you like. Help them out. I mean, I get vocal all the time. Yes, Joanne. Yes, I'm a star. You're a star. And that's the kind of thing that you have to go after. And I like this quote too. I'm going to save this one. Loyal customers are worth 5 hit and run sweepers. You're always going to get people on your email list that are just tire kickers, that want to find out a little bit, and maybe they want to buy your products and maybe they don't. Bradley and I both will tell you, get them off your list. You don't want to pay for those people on a monthly basis. Get them off your list. If they're not going to turn into buyers, if they're not legitimately interested in what you're offering, whether it's Hellman's Mayo or Truth Belts or Monica's going to do a contest in the Win Together program. There's another plug for lashes and wigs. I mean, there's all kinds of things that people are going to be offering in contests, and you got to find the right market. Tony Kashawi is from Australia, and he is going to be offering a really bizarre, I shouldn't say bizarre, sorry, Tony, unique theater masks. He makes theater masks, and seven of them are really cool. There are 7. I don't want to say imply that there are some that aren't cool. But it's an incredibly small niche. Realistically, the people that he's going after in Australia are drama teachers. And so he's got a really tough deal to try to get interest in his campaign. But I think that it can work. He can grow his email list. It may not be as big growth as he's hoping to get on his first campaign, but we'll learn some stuff and we'll figure out how to make it happen. The most brilliant, Joanne says, the most brilliant campaign I've seen is a follow-up email. Sorry you didn't win. Do you still want to stay on my list? Yeah. I mean, I think that's correct. I mean, obviously what you probably should do if you're the contest sponsor is to offer a discount, some kind of a discount to those people that didn't win. I like Jack, who runs Viper, and I've forgotten the exact phrase, but he sends out the winners list, right? And so if suppose there's one grand prize winner, he puts, well, Joanne from I don't know where in Canada, Ontario, not Ontario. Joanne from Canada won, and second place was you. And so inside of the email autoresponders, you can put their name and say second place was you. You won the bonus prize of blah, 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 30% off or whatever. It is Ontario. Sarnia. Is that like Narnia? Sarnia? So, but he makes it a point to make them feel like they're a winner, right? You got second place or third place or whatever the number was, depending upon the number of prizes. And so you got to be creative in your nurturing, in your emails. And therefore, you got to make people feel like they're a winner. And yes, Joanne, you want people that aren't interested to go away. That's fine. If you don't want to be on my list, I'm okay with that. I want truly loyal people that are interested in what I'm offering on my list. I don't want to be paying for people that aren't interested. That's fine. All right, so I don't know. We've had quite an interesting discussion. Has this been valuable to you? Let me know in the comments. If you think it's valuable, please share this with somebody who would appreciate it. I don't want to... we haven't... excuse me. We haven't had any questions recently. So I'm going to sign out. It's been an hour anyway. I appreciate you being here. If you're watching the replay, hit # replay. That would be appreciated because... and look, Joanne just shared my video. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. You get... let's see. You get a woohoo from my daughter. Thank you for sharing. So much appreciated. And isn't it fascinating for those of you who are up viral people or people that tuned in because I was going to talk about contests? Isn't it fascinating to hear from somebody like Joanne? That's why I reach out to people that enter my contests. I do surveys. I do one-on-one conversations. I've had one with Joanne. I probably will have more because I learn stuff. The key is to learn something about your buyers, right? Your potential buyers. Find out what's appealing to them, what's not appealing to them. Find out what works and what doesn't. Some of the campaigns that I've done, I have one of those pop-ups when somebody tries to leave the lead page without entering that asks them a 3-question survey. Why didn't you enter? I don't get a whole lot of people replying to that, but I do get some feedback periodically, and they tell me valuable information about why they didn't enter. Oh, I'm not in a region where the prize is offered, so I left. That tells me that somebody actually read the rules. Woo! That's valuable, right? So if you're running a contest, I mean, it sounds like a lot of work. It is potentially a lot of work. There are people that put contests together and they use the tool and they spend 30 minutes putting the package together and they just throw it up there and then they don't do anything with it. Of course it's going to quote unquote fail. You're not going to get the kind of response that you were after because you didn't put enough effort into it. Like anything that's valuable, you got to put some work into it. My father always said there's no such thing as a free lunch. Now the cryptocurrency guy, there's always the exception, right? He got 230,000 leads, told me the day that he launched this contest that it was just a test and that he was going to shut it off after he got a couple of hundred leads to see if it was working. They ended up with 230,000 leads, but they were giving away 6 million of this cryptocurrency. Well, of course, he's buying leads. Of course it worked. Don't we all wish we could just give away 6 million coins or whatever it was? Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you can, share this with somebody that you know and love that wants to build their business, because I truly, truly, truly believe that contests can work for you to grow your business. Even in the small niche where Tony is offering theater masks to drama teachers in schools in Australia, in a small... Australia's not small, but a single country. Anyway, lots of value. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up or a like or a love or something, because I truly appreciate that, because that helps me be seen by more people, and thank you for sharing where you can. If you have any questions, of course, pop them below. I will answer questions, and I'm always happy to see you. I'm trying to do live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. I don't know what time it is in Australia or anywhere else. You'll have to figure that out. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. Much appreciated. Let me know if you want to get in the Win Together program. It is not too late. The second lesson is tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern. There's still time to get involved if you want to. And we'll do it again later, but it's going to cost more next time I do it, because I'll have learned even more. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to send you away with this.
Goodbye.
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never, never.
Never?
That's not true. I'll see you tomorrow.